Developing tonight, Hurricane Milton has made landfall along Florida's Gulf Coast just south of Sarasota as a Category 3 storm with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour. Statewide, more than 1 million people are already without power. This is a live look from Fort Myers, 79 miles to the south. And you can see how the wind and rain continue to hammer the region. You can also see some of that storm surge and flooding there along that's already underway.
A video from earlier shows nearly sideways rain at a marina in Sarasota, one of the cities experiencing what could turn out to be record storm surge. Conditions deteriorated so badly that as of 5:30 local time, police said it was too dangerous for officers to respond to emergencies, so the last of their patrol units had returned to headquarters. Now take a look at this. Satellite imagery released by NOAA shows frequent pops of lightning in the massive storm system as it pushes closer to landfall over Florida. At a briefing late this afternoon, Governor Ron DeSantis warned people to be ready.
So if you are watching this, just hunker down. If you're in the path of this storm, it's dangerous outside. There's going to be a lot of hazards. Even when it passes, if there's flood waters, be very careful about any of that. Help is on the way. We're going to get everyone back, get everyone up on their feet again, and we'll mitigate the damage as best we can.
Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell has been tracking Milton's path all afternoon. She joins us now with an update on what to expect.
Well, hi there, Mary. You know, Milton coming on board here as a strong Category 3 storm within the last hour, and thankfully making some very quick progress into the interior of Florida. Here you can see his movement right past Tampa. That's where he came in, again, within the last hour, just to the south of Tampa Bay. And he continues to just race along. Look at those heavy rain bands extending toward Orlando, and at this point, out the other side, out toward the eastern coastline of Florida as well. Again, the really great news about Milton, we're looking for something good here, is the fact that he did lose strength. Now a Category 3 storm instead of the monster Category 5 we had just a couple of days ago. Still very strong winds sustained at 115 miles per hour. The pressure is filling up quickly, and he is moving along at a good pace. That is the other great news. You want these hurricanes to go through as quickly as possible just to limit the damage that they're able to do. And boy, by this time tomorrow, he will be hightailing it out across the Atlantic. However, going on by between Tampa and into Jacksonville and Orlando in particular, we are looking at isolated spots that will see a foot of rain or more. That plus the storm surge, plus the fact that Florida has had such a soggy several months, the ground is already saturated, and Helene just came through a couple of weeks ago. I would expect flooding and storm surge to be the biggest concerns going into the overnight and into our Thursday morning.
This afternoon, President Biden addressed the country from the White House about Hurricane Milton, promising the full support of his administration.
We've already approved emergency declarations for Florida. We have thousands of federal personnel on the ground. And we've staged and are ready to go. We have 20 million meals, 40 million liters of water. So my final message tonight is to the people of Florida and all the impacted states, we've got your back. We've got your back. And Kamala and I will be there for as long as it takes to rescue, recover, and rebuild.
Ahead of Milton's landfall, President Biden called the mayors of Sarasota and Orlando, as well as other local leaders, telling them to call him directly if they need additional assistance.
Hospitals and other health care facilities have been busy preparing for Milton. Tampa General Hospital set up what's called an aqua fence, which is designed to protect the building from a storm surge of up to 15 feet. Forecasters predict a surge of between 8 and 12 feet in Tampa, but up to 15 in areas south of the city. According to the website of Florida Governor DeSantis, more than 300 healthcare facilities have reported evacuations or other preparation ahead of the storm. In many hurricanes, it's the storm surge, not wind, that proves to have the most deadly impact. Chief Meteorologist John Gum from our sister station WKRC explains exactly what storm surge means and why it's so dangerous.
Well, it's that push of water that comes in advance of the hurricane and as the hurricane makes landfall. You think of the winds out ahead of this thing blowing that water toward the coast, and that water piles up. The stronger the hurricane, the stronger the storm surge can be. So let's take a 3-foot storm surge, for instance, here. That comes up to the dune line along many beaches, may cause damage to the beaches. But when you start to get into the higher storm surge, maybe a storm surge of around 6 feet, which is going to be pretty common, it looks like, into the Tampa Bay area, that's when you start seeing flooding of homes adjacent to the water, adjacent to the coast here, especially on the first floor. The 12-foot storm surge not just inundates the lower levels of structures adjacent to the coast, it can inundate the upper floors, the second floor of these structures. And this storm surge is the most deadly part of a hurricane. It kills more people than any other aspect of the storm. And this is going to be a danger in Florida as this storm makes its way toward the coast.
The outer bands of Milton spawned widespread tornado outbreaks across Florida. This traffic camera in Broward County captured a twister moving across an area known as Alligator Alley. The National Weather Service said it mostly crossed over a sparsely populated area, but at one point it did go across Interstate 75. A tornado watch is in effect for roughly 12 million people in central and southern Florida until later tonight. Meantime, take a look at this. A home security camera captured the moments an apparent tornado blew through a neighborhood in Fort Myers, Florida. The homeowner told CNN he's actually evacuated the area but has periodically been checking his security cameras for the current conditions.